In a small rural town where everyone made a living from stone mining, a young man chose a different path. While others spent their entire days digging stones and selling them to construction workshops, he searched for special stones, stones with strange and unique shapes. He priced the stones not by their weight but by their rarity. His customers were wealthy collectors and interior designers who were willing to pay high prices for such unique pieces. A year later, while most of the townspeople were still living in worn-out containers, he managed to buy a house and a car. But suddenly, everything changed. The government announced a ban on stone extraction. Within a short time, the dusty hills were replaced by pear orchards. The pears from that region became famous for their sweetness and distinctive aroma, attracting buyers from all over the country. Just when the town had begun to adjust to this new source of income, people watched in disbelief as the young man cut down his pear trees. Neighbors looked on in surprise as he planted rattan instead, a material used to make baskets. He began producing baskets. But why? Because he wasn't focused on the product, he was focused on the problem. Pear sellers didn't have strong, reliable baskets to transport their fruit to the city, and his baskets were the perfect solution. His idea was met with overwhelming enthusiasm. 5 years later, he became the first person in town to own an apartment. The story of his life caught the attention of a billionaire who decided to travel and meet the young man in person. But upon arriving, the billionaire was disappointed. He saw that the young man was engaged in a price war with a store across the street. His store sold suits for $500. The store opposite lowered its price to $450. To everyone's astonishment, the young man raised his price to $900. The competitor immediately dropped the price to $300. 1 month later, the young man had sold only 60 suits, while the rival store had sold 800 and appeared to have won the competition. The billionaire felt deceived and prepared to leave. But just as he was about to depart, he heard a truth that froze him in place. Both stores belonged to the same young man. This was not a price war. It was a carefully designed, flawless trap. One store preserved its value and built a luxury brand image. The other attracted all customers who were looking for lower prices. He wasn't competing. He was controlling the entire game. The billionaire immediately offered him an extraordinary job with a massive salary and asked, "How did you achieve all of this?" The young man smiled and said, "Money is not the most powerful thing in the world. The most powerful thing is your mindset."